Do you think Ilia beats Charles?
I think he might, to be honest. Charles is a bit chinny and he's had about 45. He always gets punched. If he gets him down, we'll see him win it. That 10 pounds difference is a big difference.
After his latest UFC victory, Paddy Pimblett took to Instagram and shared a photo from his fight with Michael Chandler, using it to send a direct message toward Ilia Topuria. The post reignited their long-running rivalry, which had been building since their confrontation at a fighter hotel in 2022. With the lightweight title picture becoming increasingly important, Pimblett's message came across as more than ordinary trash talk. It was a clear challenge aimed at Topuria and his position among the division's elite.
45, 55. Charles is like my height. Ilia's like down here. I'm a fan of Charles, so I think I want Charles to win, but probably better for my career if Ilia wins. Me versus Ilia. There's loads of history in it. There's bad blood. Apart from John Jones Aspinall, I think that's the biggest fight the UFC could.
Paddy Pimblett's recent finish over Michael Chandler has pushed him firmly into the lightweight title conversation, with his UFC rise continuing at an impressive pace. Yet when Ilia Topuria was brought up after the fight, Pimblett downplayed his importance in the division's championship picture, despite the possibility that their paths could soon cross. His social media message suggested something different, though, making it clear that Pimblett still wants the matchup and intends to settle their rivalry in decisive fashion.
Ilia's like down here when I stand up, know what I mean? So it's gonna make a big difference. Like, Ilia might get a bit of a fright at how big Charles is when he stands opposite him. Fighters do that with me, who fight at lightweight. Know what I mean? I'll never forget Bobby Green looking over at me and being like, "What? He's big in." Same with Chandler. Like people thought Chandler was going to be bigger than me. And
their history adds another layer to an already highly anticipated matchup. Although Pimblett and Topuria briefly appeared cordial while supporting teammates at UFC 312, the underlying tension never truly disappeared. With Pimblett moving closer to a title opportunity and Topuria preparing to compete for the vacant lightweight championship at UFC 317, their paths appear increasingly likely to cross.
Do you envision that being Ilia?
Yeah, I think that's the biggest, apart from John Jones Aspinall, I think that's the biggest fight the UFC could make. Me versus Ilia. There's loads of history in it. Like, there's bad blood. People love all that.
When you actually think back to the altercation in the London hotel, from that moment to actually leading us to a lightweight world title fight, I mean, that is a crazy narrative.
Ilia Topuria has been away from competition since his knockout victory over Max Holloway at UFC 308, but he is now preparing for another major opportunity. He is scheduled to face Charles Oliveira for the vacant lightweight championship after Islam Makhachev moved up to welterweight. Topuria built his reputation at featherweight by defeating elite names such as Holloway and Alexander Volkanovski, maintaining an undefeated record that made him one of the division's most feared fighters. However, moving into a heavier weight class brings new challenges, and Pimblett believes those risks could create opportunities for him.
You were like beefing with like Paddy the Baddie.
Quality of the fighter he is, man, come on, please. Don't even compare me to that boom, because we are on different levels and everyone can see that.
It's
Disrespectful to me, to my country, to all my people. And he said something. Now I understand why the Russians put the bombs in Georgia. When you start to joke about that kind of things, just make sure that we don't find each other anywhere, because I'm gonna take your fucking head off. He wants to build his hype laughing on people, and that's not the way.
Speaking to TNT Sports, Paddy Pimblett questioned how effectively Ilia Topuria will handle the move to lightweight. While acknowledging Topuria's knockout power and Charles Oliveira's history of being hurt in fights, Pimblett argued that the additional 10 pounds could make a major difference. Drawing from his own matchups with Michael Chandler and Bobby Green, he believes opponents often underestimate how much bigger he feels at lightweight and expects Topuria to experience the same challenge when facing a naturally larger 155-pound fighter.
Better for me if Ilia wins the belt, lad, because he'll probably call me out.
Yeah, that's
and then I could just fight him. Well, he might even have to fight KG.
Disrespectful to me, to my country, to all my people, and he just behaved like a fucking idiot, you know. He started to talk about the war we had against Russia. He said something, now I understand why the Russians put the bombs in Georgia, and many kids died in that war, many people died in that war. When you start to joke about that kind of things, just make sure that we don't find each other anywhere, because I'm gonna take your head off. He wants to build his hype laughing on people, and that's not the way I'm looking to build a hype. Bro, I'm never looking for a problem, but if the problem comes to me, I say no fucking problem.
From Pimblett's perspective, Topuria could be in for a difficult adjustment at 155 pounds. Although the move may give Ilia more physical strength, Paddy believes facing a naturally sized lightweight like Charles Oliveira could quickly expose the difference in size. He also points to the height gap, arguing that Topuria is noticeably smaller than many of the division's leading fighters and could face significant physical challenges against larger opponents.
Where does he fit, and like how do you see you two crossing paths? Because right now it just seems like, at least in the immediate future, he's not in your plans. Maybe I'm wrong, but I guess where does he fit in this whole picture?
To be honest, I forgot about him. I forgot all about him, or I would have mentioned him in the cage. You know what I mean? I don't call him hand sanitizer boy anymore. He's now El Chorizo. But as I say, I literally forgot all about him. That's how relevant he is. I'm ranked higher than he is at lightweight. So, you know, I'd love to welcome him to 155. But apparently he's sitting out and waiting for the title shot. But, you know, that what I've just done to Chandler's after blueprint to beating him. He's even more of a midget than Chandler is. Like, I'll do the exact same thing to Ilia than what I've done to
Topuria's move to lightweight places him alongside several fighters who have attempted the same challenge. Conor McGregor successfully captured the 155-pound title by defeating Eddie Alvarez, while Alexander Volkanovski and Max Holloway.
What about Ilia? Because he's moving up to 155, right?
Yeah, always.
And you guys have a long history.
Yeah.
That press conference 2 years ago was one of the most fucking entertaining press conferences of all time. Your chirps, like calling him like a fucking chorizo sausage and shit.
That's what he should have changed his name to.
It was funny.
He's changed his nickname to a shit nickname, hasn't he? Like Legend or something.
Yeah.
Should have changed it to El Chorizo. Would have been well for you.
What do you make of his like evolvement? Because that was a long time ago, and now he's kind of fucking leveled up like
yeah,
crazy,
he has.
right?
But we always knew he was a good fighter. Know what I mean? Like that's something what pisses me off about him. Even though I hate him and I think he's a bellend, like I wouldn't lie and say he's a shit fighter because he's not. But that's what he says about me, and it made me laugh when he said, "What did he say? He called me fat." That's like, lad, you can't make your weight division anymore that you are champion of, and you're trying to call me fat.
Both fell short in their attempts to conquer the division. Volkanovski lost twice to Islam Makhachev, while Holloway was stopped by Dustin Poirier. Now Topuria has the opportunity to create his own history, although Pimblett believes the jump in weight could make the challenge far more difficult than some expect.
Yeah, so dangerous. When he hits you, it's different than anybody, especially with his hands. He's just boxing is so high level. So Ilia has superior technique. His hooks are perfect. His distance management is perfect. He's just really good. And he's the new guard, right? Like every generation comes up with a new guy who's like a new high water mark of technique. He doesn't have any disadvantages. He doesn't have any weaknesses, man. There's people that are thinking maybe he's the best pound fighter alive. It's close. Ilia's,
Former bantamweight champion Aljamain Sterling sees danger on both sides of the matchup. He recognizes Charles Oliveira's elite submission skills and his record-setting UFC grappling resume.
This one, I don't know. But it's hard to count out Du Bronx. Du Bronx is, I still think he's him. But then I said that about Max. I said that about Volk. And I'm not saying that those guys were going to win against Ilia, but you say that those guys are still them, and then Ilia goes out and does that to them. You're like, fuck.
I don't know.
It's like, who's stopping this guy?
While also acknowledging Topuria's ability to end fights with one clean strike. Sterling leans toward Topuria, but he remains cautious about counting Oliveira out, especially after seeing Ilia defeat other elite names that many once believed could stop him.